I'm Drew Faust at Harvard University. The scale and destructiveness of the Civil War exceeded anything that had come before in American history. That included an enormous death toll, now estimated to be more than 700,000 military deaths north and south, about 2.5% of the entire population. But even these arresting numbers don't capture the war's price in human lives. We've not paid sufficient attention to the impact of the war on the civilian population. Although it's difficult even to estimate the number of civilian deaths, we should carefully consider the factors that contributed to significant increases in mortality. We can see many of these factors clearly in the war experience of North Carolina. First, we should remember that in addition to regular armies, the Civil War included guerrilla warfare, often waged against non-military targets. Western North Carolina was the site of many such encounters. For example, an incident in Shelton Laurel, Madison County in 1863, when Confederates shot 15 Union sympathizers, including boys as young as 16. Food shortages led women in Salisbury to riot in 1863 in search of bread to keep their families from starvation. Displacement of populations by military movements spread epidemic disease, and military encampments that did not yet reflect modern hygienic practices fostered contagions that often reached well beyond their borders. In Wilmington in 1862, nearly 500 cases of yellow fever and malaria appeared, caused in large part, local physicians believed, by the construction of Army breastworks that increased the number of stagnant ponds around the city. And when Wilmington was taken by Union forces in early 1865, prisoners released from Andersonville crowded its hospitals, spreading new waves of epidemic disease. No statistics or systematic records document the impact of war-engendered disease on the non-combatant population, but citizens themselves had few doubts about its effects. They may not have been on the front lines of battle, but they could not escape war's reach. The Civil War was a conflict of societies as well as armies. Citizens on the North Carolina home front were also casualties in this monumental war.